Hey guys, Vinless here with a quick overview on movement in Apex. I want to start this off with the holstering weapons, which is pretty basic. It's also explained in the tutorial. Basically, the default keybind is free. When you holster your weapon, your sprint speed and your normal move speed is faster than when you're carrying a weapon like this. If you pay close attention to the video, you can probably tell once I put the gun away that it's a bit faster. The other basic thing in the tutorial is, sliding downhill makes you go faster downhill, but it also works, not downhill if you pair it with a jump. So basically, once I'm sliding down a mountain like this and then jump, I get a forward boost. And this doesn't just work downhill, it also works on a flat or even on slight inclines like this. If you slide, whenever you're at max sprint speed, you gotta wait a couple seconds before it works again. So you slide and jump, and then you slide and jump, and it's faster than just running the same direction. Now, the other thing is in terms of strafing. So you can basically move while midair. So let's say I'm not moving my mouse right now, and I wanted to, jump and then go to the right. So what you could do is, you jump forward and then you go to the right. You kind of have some mobility, but it's very limited. It doesn't push you very far to the right. But instead, what you can do is kind of strafe to the right, which means you hold D, as I just showed, but at the same time, you move your mouse to the right. So basically like this, and then at the same time, you move like this. So you sprint, you jump, and then you do it together. That way, I jumped all the way here, which before I would probably land like here without moving my mouse. And you also keep your momentum that you had before the jump and transfer it into a different direction, which means if you pair this, all this together with a slight jump, and you do this, you get even further because you have the momentum of the jump boost that I just showed you, and you keep it into a different direction. Now, the same little boost thingy, you also get it once you jump off a zip line. So I'll show you real quick on the normal, like straight up zip lines. It's very easy to see. So I'm not gonna move at all, and just show you how far I get when I just jump off the zip line. As you can see, that's way further than just running basically, and you can abuse this by just using the zip line and jumping immediately and get a little bit of a speed boost. It's faster than just running this way. And the other use this has is, let's say there's a house somewhere you want to jump on. That's like, let's say there was a house right here. You want to jump on the house. You can just go up a little bit and then jump off and then, land on there. This is especially useful on a zipline like this with the redeploys, where you don't have to, go all the way up the redeploy anymore. You just, go kind of like here and then you jump off and you still make it. You don't have to waste all that time going up and then redeploying and then landing, getting the landing animation. And sometimes when you use the redeploy, you also get like an animation with your weapons pulling out. That also takes a while, and it's risky. It's a lot of time wasted. Now, when it comes to Pathfinder, there's a lot of mobility tricks that he has. The most obvious one is you can just zipline, go wherever we want. You can get into spots that no other character can get. For example, the mountain over here near Slum Lakes. You can land up there with a zipline. You can also take the balloon. However, it's, as I said, taking the balloon can be fairly risky, and it's pretty obvious. It shows your location to enemies and stuff like that. Now, the other thing for Pathfinder is his grapple. So the default way you can use the grapple is obviously, going straight forward, which, by the way, you can also pull enemies with it. It stops the movement and pulls you towards them and them towards you. However, the second way you can use the grappler is use it like a Spider-Man hook, kind of. So basically you swing around the mountain like this, or you can use the same thing. It's grappling onto the ground and swing around wherever you pull it. The way you do that is you just, usually find a corner, like let's say right here. You grapple this corner and then you hold W and A and you look a little bit away from it. So basically like this. And then once you lose line of sight on the grappler, it destroys the grappler immediately and flings you forward. Obviously, this helps a lot getting away from people, you know, launching yourself around corners and stuff like that. And in general, you know, makes your movement much faster. So, you know, you can use this on stuff like this as well. Get up on high grounds easier and all that good stuff. And the other thing specific to Pathfinder is kind of similar. However, right after your grappler lands, this usually works a lot with like going straight. So if you use it here, and then right after the grappler hits the wall, you jump, you get a boost, which is also, you know, it's very easy to see when I do it on the ground. So basically like this, you get very far forward, which if you don't jump, you won't be able to get that far. And that's, you know, it can be used a lot when running away from people and there's no, like, rock next to you and stuff like that. Because if you just do this, it's still fairly easy for an enemy to track you and shoot you, rather than, you know, changing your vertical movement as well as your horizontal movement.